two bodies were found in the home of billionaire Barry Sherman and his wife, Honey, after police were called to their North York mansion just before noon Friday. Sherman, the 75-year-old founder of generic drug giant Apotex, was one of the richest men in the country, with an estimated net worth of $4.6 billion. The couple had donated millions across the city, from the United Jewish Appeal to the United Way. A charitable arm of Apotex has shipped millions of dollars worth of medicine to disaster zones. Police said circumstances of the deaths appeared to be suspicious but noted they are not looking for any suspects and that there were no signs of forced entry. Speaking to reporters outside the Sherman's residence near Bayview Avenue and Highway 401, Const. David Hopkinson would not say where the 911 call came from or where the victims were found, nor would he confirm the victim's identity. Homicide detectives were on the scene Friday, although they were not leading the investigation, and police did not say the deaths were being considered a homicide. Homicide detective Brandon Price gave an update shortly before 8:00 p.m. to alleviate some of the concerns in the neighborhood. At this point, we are not currently seeking a suspect. Price said, "The situation otherwise is the same. We'll have more information tomorrow after the post-mortem examinations." Reports of the deaths sent shockwaves throughout Toronto's medical and political circles. "All of us at Apotex are deeply shocked and saddened by this news, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family at this time," Apotex wrote in a news release. Mayor John Tory also released a statement. "On behalf of all Toronto residents, I want to express my deepest condolences to the Sherman family. I am shocked and heartbroken to learn that Barry and Honey Sherman were found dead in their home today. I have had the privilege of knowing them both well for many years." Health Minister Eric Hoskins also issued a statement expressing his shock and sadness. "I cannot begin to find the words to express my deep sorrow and profound sadness at the tragic loss of my dear friends, Barry and Honey Sherman." He wrote, "Barry and Honey were kind, good people who will be greatly missed. The philanthropic and economic contributions they have made the Toronto put them in a class of their own. Toronto police are investigating, and I hope that investigation will be able to provide answers for all of us who are mourning this tremendous loss," Hoskins wrote. Police, fire and ambulance were called to the mansion at 11:44 a.m. for what they described as a medical call. "If this is determined to be a homicide, all the information identifying who we found and circumstances may be released," Hopkinson said, adding that the family deserved privacy in the event that the deaths turned out to be an accident. "All deaths appear suspicious," Hopkinson said. "Some you can weed out immediately. The circumstances of the people's deaths here appear suspicious, so we have to investigate it." Its mechanism for starting an investigation. After police spoke outside the house, a woman who said she worked at Apotex showed up with flowers in hand. She walked straight through the police tape to drop them off, and cried when she spoke quietly to reporters. She hadn't known Honey, but learned of Barry's death that afternoon. She said, "He was very loved. He was very fair. He was very respected," she said. Former City Councillor Michael Feldman told the Star he heard the news when Barry's sister phoned him Friday morning. Both he and Barry's sister were in Palm Desert, Calif, and had recently played golf together. "She called me this morning and was really upset that there were two bodies found in their home or something, and their kids haven't even seen the bodies. They didn't even identify the bodies," Feldman told the Star. The Shermans have 4 children. Once the news broke, an outpouring of grief came from high-profile Canadians, many in the political sphere. Former Ontario Premier Bob Rae called the couple remarkable. Senator Linda Frum said she was heartbroken, sharing a photo from just 2 weeks ago, presenting a Senate medal to the couple, calling them among the kindest and most beloved members of Canada's Jewish community. "Our community is steeped in grief," she wrote. In the healthcare industry, their loss sent ripples through the board at Sinai Health System. Chair Brent Beltzberg said the couple's commitment to their community, unwavering philanthropic leadership and heartfelt commitment to making a difference, was palpable in every interaction he had with them. Their visible leadership on our hospital and foundation board of directors was infused with warmth, passion and a fierce intelligence. The impact of their generosity is felt in every area of the hospital," he wrote in a statement. Honey Sherman was a member of the board of the Baycrest Foundation and the York University Foundation. She also served on the boards of Mount Sinai's Women's Auxiliary, the Simon Wiesenthal Center and the International American Joint Distribution, Global News reported. Toronto and York United Way President Daniele Zanotti told the Star the couple were longtime supporters and part of their family. University of Calgary economics professor Aidan Hollis noted that Apotex had made drugs more affordable worldwide. "He was a hero of Canadian healthcare. Both Barry and Honey were graduates of the University of Toronto. The school released a statement regarding their deaths on Friday. "Our thoughts are with their close friends and family during this difficult time," the statement said. Clearly, few individuals have done more to advance the health and well-being of Canadians than Barry and Honey Sherman. In recent years, the couple had been ensnared in a lawsuit over drug company money, filed by Barry's cousins. After becoming what was believed to be the youngest person to join the engineering science program at the University of Toronto, at just 16 years old, Barry bought Empire Laboratories Limited in 1967, a company founded by his uncle, Louis Winter. The lawsuit was dismissed by a judge in September. Winter had died in 1965, leaving his 4 young sons without either parent, as their mother Beverly had died weeks earlier. Barry's purchase spurred a later legal battle, when the Winters, one of whom has since died, claimed that Sherman promised the executors of their parents' estate that the Winter children would have a right to work for the company and buy 5% of the issued shares. Sherman sold Empire and founded Apotex in 1974. The company manufactures and exports generic pharmaceutical drugs to more than 115 countries. Apotex is no stranger to litigation issues, as companies have pushed back on its efforts to sell cheaper no-name options. The Winters alleged that Apotex's founding was made possible from the proceeds of the sale of Empire, meaning that Sherman had a fiduciary duty to them. Sherman made no provision for them to work at Apotex and become shareholders. In December, Canadian Business Magazine named Sherman the 15th richest Canadian, with a net worth of $4.62 billion. The home where the bodies were found was bought in 1985 for just under $400,000. By the time they put it on the market this month, it was listed for $6.9 million. They'd purchased a home in Forest Hill last year. With files from Alex McKean and the Canadian